Hello there and welcome to episode 27 of my playthrough of the 2018 Harebrained Schemes BattleTech game. Today I'm going to be tackling Flashpoint mission Operation Flattened Earth. 3.5 skulls today out of 5, so should be a moderate challenge I'd imagine. We're being employed by the Capellans today out on Cavalor, which is pretty deep into Capellan space. Engagement length is medium, so maybe expect 3 drops today. There are consecutive deployments, the bonus reward is a rare item, and there are no tonnage restrictions. And we are up against today the Razorbacks, who I presume are a mercenary unit, but we'll soon find out obviously. I'll read the copy anyway before we go into this. A seditionist group has taken root in the Capellan system of Cavalor. House Liao will handsomely reward any company that will root out and destroy these traitors to the Confederation. So, I'm not sure if that will be the Razorbacks or the Razorbacks are a mercenary unit being employed by these so-called seditionists. The Capellans see anything as sedition, like complain about gas price, it's sedition. Alright, so take all of that with a pinch of salt. So let's go ahead and begin and see what we're up against today. So, welcome to Cavalor, Commander Durant. I appreciate your timeliness in responding to my summons. The task that I have for you is a sensitive matter that requires a swift response, and no doubtly a permanent deadly one, knowing the Capellans. That's what we're here for, Lady Marina? Marina, whatever. Tell us what we are dealing with. Cavalor is a home to a group of seditionists, the Volkovites. Their name was taken from their leader, a charismatic woman of low birth named Persephone Volkov. I think that's how you say all that, who uses her platform to spit on and threaten the most deeply held traditions of the Capellan state. I already love her. Can I give her a marriage proposal? Because she sounds perfect to me. If you hate the Capellans, then good. You're doing something right. Those were the Chancellor's own words, mind you. Volkov's actions have left him most displeased. Yikes. If this Volkov lady has got the Chancellor's attention, she's in for a world of hurt. That's putting it mildly. In a single speech, Persephone Volkov denounced all 3 cornerstones of Capellan culture. Yeah, these are interesting. Corvin, Sada, and Lorit. I have read about these. I can't remember what they are, though. Let's have a quick look for a laugh. Philosophical doctrine assembled after private correspondence of Alana. Too much copy. Okay, here we are. Greater humanity. The service of greater... anything that talks about that as a philosophy is always very, very dangerous. We're doing this for greater humanity. Whatever. You're doing it for a small group of like-minded weirdos who want to power grab. Isn't the... Yeah, I think there's... the ruling class mandate as well, the Sana mandate, which is pretty despicable. Rigid caste system, and the Lorix order, which is the military wing of Capellans. So it basically takes all the most horrible elements of the most totalitarian states we have yet created up to the 21st century and combines them into this handy, horrifying little trinity of doctrines here. Right, it sounds like you're asking us to kill a woman over a political belief. That's exactly what she's asking us to do, Dr. Murad. That isn't mercenary work, Lady Marina, it's murder. I'm afraid that the Chancellor disagrees with your assessment, Dr. Murad. In the Confederation, there's no higher crime than threatening the security of the state, and the Chancellor draws little distinction between physical threats and ideological ones. The entire Volkovite community has been marked for death. Wow. I need you to help me carry out that sentence. Well, we're going to do it, obviously, because I'm here to do the Flashpoint, so I'm not going to bail out. We might get an opportunity to betray the Capellans as well, which would be pretty fun. So let's go ahead and see what this brings about. I knew that I could count on you. Unfortunately, the Volkovites has hired protection, Razorback Company, so it is indeed a mercenary unit. From the Rimwood Frontier, interesting, you'll have to deal with them before you can move on your ultimate targets. I suggest that you handle the situation swiftly and clearly. Cavalor is an important world in the grip of a population boom, and its security is a high priority for the Confederation. The Chancellor himself will be monitoring your progress. Well, no doubt we will get an opportunity to rip the Capellans off, and we probably will take them up on the said ripping off of. We've got an assassinate first up then. Ooh, it's a Cyclops. Nice. Now, I'm actually kind of holding out hope to get the HQ variant of the Cyclops, which has got a ludicrous amount of like electronic equipment in it. You barely put any weapons on there. But the 10Z is like a happy medium. Like that is the one that has the targeting computer, but it doesn't have the advanced command mod. I think that's just off the top of my head there. I could be wrong. But a Cyclops that can basically shoot back and we still get the target computer from is pretty good. So might try and make a run for that little chap today. Might have to bring Oculus out even to do his little party trick of the headshot with the Gauss rifle. Yeah, let's. Oh, look, that's so annoying. Typical cheap Capellans. They won't let me get more than 2 points of salvage. Well, we'll do it because 2 points of the salvage is better than one if I get a headshot, and then we have a better chance then of obviously getting the random piece of salvage if I can manage to get the 3 points anyway. Anyway, I'll clear everything here so we can discuss what and who we're going to bring today. Definitely bringing the Highlander then with Oculus for his little cheeky party trick. 3.5 skulls, so it's not going to be too difficult, I think, this mission. We're in Tundra today, so let's bring the Black Knight, good old Charlie the Black Knight. We'll put Lady Death Lotus in Charlie. What else? We need a mech that can finish the opposition off, really. A bit low on that kind of mech. Should probably change the Orion to house like a UAC-20. Probably be a better option. Then it can act as like the heavy finisher off mech. So we'll just go a different approach. We'll bring the Archer as the other tank, and we'll put Vortex in the Archer today. And let's bring the Grasshopper. Why not? Do love the Grasshopper. We'll put Code in the Grasshopper today. So let's go ahead and deploy. I would imagine this mission will be... We might have like 2 Lances coming at us, and then we've obviously got the Assassinate target. So it could be upwards of 9 mechs. It could be 5. Soon find out. Pretty competent Lance there, though. The ace in the hole very much is the Highlander. Kind of if in doubt or if I'm in trouble, you can fall your kind of other 3 Lance members back into like the woods and then just use the Highlander to ping around trying for headshots. I think as I've actually gone through this series of Flashpoints, I've got to say, I think I've become really quite proficient at this game now. Like just through, like I go into a system and wait for the Flashpoint and I'll do some random missions. And I'm doing like the 5 skull ones now and trying to kind of really push the limits of the tonnage that I can bring. So I'm trying to kind of bring like heavy and even medium mechs on really tough missions. And it is difficult. But I think if you know kind of the defensive tactics work in this game, it can be done. So I might start doing more of that. Like, start using like medium mechs a little bit more, especially when we get access to things like that Griffin 2N. Like that's going to become a bit of a mainstay, I think, in the company when I get it, 'cause it's so good. Even at 55 tons, it's just got an incredible range of weaponry on there and all the heat management. So slightly cheaty, given that it's an old Star League mech, but yeah, it's good in this game. If the harder you make it for yourself in this game, the better you get at it. Obviously, if you start using restricted tonnage, like impose it on yourself, then things get more interesting. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get on with the drop here. So we're hunting a Cyclops today. Okay, so don't underestimate them. We kind of know what she's going to say here. Everyone, yeah, yada yada yada. Right, so we have got 5 by the looks of it. So we've got mercenary forces over here, and then we've got eliminate the Razorback Company on the left hand side. Oh, that might be more than 5 then. There might be a full lance over here. Let's go and destroy the supporting forces first, though. We certainly don't want to get caught in a crossfire. Speaking of hard missions, I think I just did the hardest mission I've ever done in this game. I was in another system, but it was definitely in Capellan space. It was for the Davians, and it was a target acquisition mission, and it was brutal. And like I said, using that doctrine of trying to bring like smaller mechs, I brought the Phoenix Hawk. I didn't actually get badly chewed up at all, but it was relentless. There was a lance in the garrison, there was a reinforcement lance, all like heavy and assault mechs, and then there was like spamming of like really hardcore vehicles from the actual like facility we were trying to destroy. It was something, but I managed to do it and do it relatively successfully. So I think that's why it's in my mind now that I'm getting a little bit more confident with this game to a point where I'd be willing to kind of take more chances. Maybe not the best idea in this playthrough because I am recording it and I'm on Ironman mode, so there's no going back. Like if I lose a mech warrior, they're dead. If we can't really go bankrupt at this point, that is not an issue. We've just got far too much money. But you know, there are things where I have to be slightly more like cautious and conscientious just because of the you know, the kind of wider situation of being in Ironman mode. And for some reason this Griffin just hasn't moved, so we might be taking this guy out now. Oh, okay, he's got oh, yeah, we could wreck this guy if we get a good hit off here. Yeah, it was the wrong side though. I think he's got his PPC on the other side. It's weird, I don't know why it hasn't moved, or I've not really been paying attention. Anyway, this should finish this guy off. There we go. So that's one down, 3 left in this particular group. Really badly armoured. You find that a lot in the Flashpoint mission. That's why I'm being a little bit like more liberal with the lances that I'm taking, because I don't really think there's much to concern yourself with. It's weird. There is some missions that I've done where I'm like the one where I had to destroy the facility in the urban area. I loved that mission. I thought it was great, but it was really difficult. It was like 3 recordings ago or something like that, 3 episodes ago, and I love that kind of challenge. I think that was definitely the most interesting Flashpoint I've done. I think there is another really interesting one in this game. It's crazy. Like you just get like waves spammed at you, and I think you've got like tonnage restriction max, but you do get allies there. But I remember that distinctly from playing the Flashpoints through before. I have no idea when it will appear, but yeah, it's super fun. Code got injured then, unfortunately, but so he'll have to sit out the remainder of this particular Flashpoint after this mission. But that's fine. Plenty of others to take his place. And we've got now Vortex. Should be able to finish this Shadowhawk off relatively easily. Only 35 on the legs, so we'll just put the SRMs into the Shadowhawk and put the LRMs into the catapult behind. Nice. Into the structure already. And he's still in the game. So we didn't get lucky shots then on the legs, but that's fine. This guy is very close to being deceased. Should be almost chewed out now. We didn't actually hit that leg at all, so there's 34 like armor integrity left on the torso there, so I'm pretty confident that... Let's just give the Shadowhawk the LRM spam. Should be enough, and we'll put everything else into the catapult and knock it over.
Engaging multiple targets.
Very good. This should knock the catapult down. And not sure what that is behind the catapult. Oh, it's a quick draw. That's it. Unlucky for the quick draw here. Oh, another hit on Code. It's like a month he's going to be out now. Luckily though, he's pretty strong. He's a very well developed mech warrior, so he's got plenty of life points, or hit points, whatever you want to call them. Still actually quite surprised during this playthrough I've not lost a mech warrior yet. Usually you get like a random headshot. I've had that at least once, maybe a couple of times, where you'll just be kind of going along nicely with a mission, and then bang, you get like a PPC to the head, and the mech warrior is dead. I'm playing, if you remember from like the very first episode that I did, I'm playing like on, for want of a better term, hardcore rules. So I effectively get no chance of survival if there's a headshot. It's like I think it's, I can't remember what the exact terminology is they use, but it's just basically like if you lose all your health points or your head gets destroyed, you're toast. That's it. Usually, I think in like the standard variant of this game, if you turn that, like, I think they call it lethality. I think if you turn that down, then you actually just sort these percentages out. Then you actually get like a dice roll, or the game rolls a dice for you, so to speak, at the end of that particular mission, and then you'll have a chance of the mech warrior surviving. Well, I don't have that. So headshot, that's it, dead. Which I much prefer. In fact, I would have, it's going to sound quite perverse, but I would have not been at all upset if like a couple of the mech warriors would have died during the priority missions. Like, it adds to the narrative flavour and it forces you to kind of go and find new people. So we might lose somebody at some point, and well, there's nothing I can do about it. I can't cheat because I'm in Ironman mode, so if somebody dies in the battle, that's it, done. But we've just been very, very lucky thus far. So can't hold out forever though, right? Eventually we're going to have to take a casualty somewhere. There will be a random AC-20 shot to the head. Now, where are these baddies? Okay, they're over here. Or so-called baddies, not really baddies. Enemies of the state. The favourite like mantra of every despot in history, enemy of the state. And is it just the... Okay, it's just the what was it again? The Cyclops, wasn't it? Yeah. Right, well, hopefully his armour's at least half decent. We'll just go in and shoot him. I can't say fairer than that at this point. Try and strip off some armour. Typical loadout for a Cyclops. That's the it's got an AC-20. They're very well known for that like big doming head. Obviously, like with what looks like it's got the one eye there, hence the Cyclops. It has got like these things in the back, like antenna. I think that's like a representation of its targeting computer, I think, and that's great in this game. It's really, really fantastic. So I'm pretty keen to get actually a Cyclops and a Victor. We will get the Bull Shark eventually as well, and the Bull Shark is a fantastic mech. That's the final pieces in the puzzle, though, I think, for mechs that I'm after. Can't think of any others that I'm really keen on anyway. This guy's getting really badly chewed up, and I didn't want to do that. Look, he's taken no damage to any point that I want him to take damage on, which is super annoying. We're just going to brace, actually, with that. We'll allow Oculus to try and come in with a cheeky trick shot here.
Engaging jump jets.
Let's do it. 18%. No, no good. And we blew up the AC-20 ammo. We're probably just in for 1 point of salvage here. I kind of I've not been concentrating because this mission's like really not very hard. We did get one missile on the head then. That's good. Can we knock this guy over? We can. Okay. We can't because Bouncer is a purely energy mech. So we'll just go and brace with you. I don't know why I make this so hard for myself. Right, well, let's go and just LRM spam this chap and knock it. Oh, no, in fact, we'll SRM in just with the LRM 15s. I was going to say the Archer obviously has that like inbuilt sophisticated technology, that missile suite to increase stability damage with the SRMs, but we didn't need that because his stability... finish that sentence first. His stability level was so high anyway. So he just got knocked over and died. I've given up trying to kind of work out the salvage points in this game because I constantly see like I destroy half a torso and an arm and then there are 2 points. But then I'll destroy both legs and there are just 2 points, even though I think I've kept all the torso section. I don't know. We'll be between 2 and 3 anyway, I'd imagine. So, okay, nicely done, Commander. With Razorback's company Cyclops down, their combat cohesiveness will crumble into disarray. If they are wise, they'll abandon their clients and crawl back to the frontier to lick their wounds. For now, return to orbit and conduct your repairs. We'll move on the Volkovites as soon as you're ready. Liao out.
Mission successful.
Cool. So there probably will be 2 more drops left in this Flashpoint, I'd imagine. It was cited as medium. Very little amount of money there because we maxed out salvage. And there are 3 points of the catapult, but the Cyclops, but we only get to choose 2. And I don't actually have any in storage. I don't even know if this is the one that I think, yeah, it is. It must be because it's got the battle computer. There are lots of variants of the Cyclops in this game. It's the HQ that I've kind of been trying to get, but let's keep our fingers crossed anyway and see if we can get the Z version, get another part of the salvage. And we can't. I thought we got it then. I misread the catapult. But 2 is not so bad. We're edging ever closer to the Cyclops. I got 3 points of salvage for a Victor now as well, so it won't be too long before you start seeing me with what you kind of call, what I term in this game like complementary support max, where like the Cyclops has got its battle computer, the Victor is jump capable. The Victor on tabletop is very different to that. Like it's got an AC-20 and you kind of just run it in and just wreck at very close range, but you'd probably play it differently in this game because I've got better mechs that can do that role. Anyway, XO, we're being hailed by Commander Eliathi of Razorback Company. It looks like she wants to parley. Should I put her on the view screen? Yes. Let's see if we can betray the Capellans here. So, you're Commander Durant. Under any other circumstances, I'd be honoured to speak with you. You're developing quite the reputation out on the frontier. Is this a social call? Commander, was there something you actually wanted to discuss? A little of both, actually. Look, Commander Durant, you're on the wrong side of this scenario, full stop. Our clients aren't hurting anybody. They don't deserve what you're about to rain down on them. I feel for them, Commander, but the Capellan state takes a dim view, of sedition, and your client crossed the line. Maybe so, but they don't deserve to die for it. Look, Commander, the Volkovites aren't even dissidents. They're a local religion, sort of a folk revivalist movement. The public slander your client told you about was a sermon delivered in a Volkovite church to a Volkovite audience. It isn't like they were shouting through megaphones in a public square. They were talking loud enough to catch the Chancellor's attention. That's a bad idea in the Confederation. Hell, it'd be a bad idea anywhere, yes. I feel for your clients, but they should have known better. Maybe so, but the fact is, House Leigh wants my clients dead, and it's paying you to pull the trigger. If you follow through, you'll be wiping them out over a few passages in a couple of books. Are you okay with that, Durant? Because I wouldn't be. Let's say that I'm not okay with that. What are you proposing? I think you all know which direction I'm going to go in here. I'm glad you asked. My clients have authorised me to double what House Leigh is paying you. If you help escort them off-world rather than killing them, we'll take them back to Joppa in the frontier. They'll be out of House Leigh's hair and out of danger, and you come out on top. The Chancellor himself is watching this job. Commander, if we break our contracts, our reputation with House Leigh is going to go right into the toilet, which is fine with me. I can't dispute that. You'd be taking a risk, but from one mercenary to another, it's the right thing to do. Anyway, choice is yours. What's it going to be? Tell your clients that will help them escape. I'm glad to hear it. After the whipping you just handed us, the last thing I wanted to do was go up against your lance again. I'll pass your message along and tell Persephone to get her people packed up and ready to move. That was the right thing to do, Commander. Thank you. I'll remind that you said that when Chancellor Lau has Maskirovka agent strangled in Asker. I always struggle with that word. That's like the Capellan secret police. We're taking a risk, no doubt, but we're doing it for the right reasons. Let's get Volkov and her people out of here. We can worry about the ramifications later. Yeah, I think if you were in Capellan space as a mercenary unit doing this job and you betrayed the Capellans, you would be absolutely toast. Toast with extra butter. But this game takes, obviously, liberties because it's a game. But yeah, the Capellans just don't deal well with rejection, really. Right, we're in a 4-skull mission today. It's a battle in the tundra. Let's go with more salvage today. At least they're giving us options for nice salvage. Now, we'll go with 3 points of salvage that we can choose. I will bring a heavier hitting lance today because I think, again, just from doing these flashpoints now and having a bit of experience with them, it tends to be like one super easy one and then well, not in the last one. The last one was all easy, but there does tend to be a difficult one somewhere along the line. For skull, it's up the skull level by a half. So we'll be a little bit more cautious, but we won't bring Oculus today. And it's got two injuries on the last. Was Dax already injured? I can't remember. I know Code got injured. Anyway, that's fine. Let's bring the Highlander then, and we'll put Boudica in the Highlander. We'll bring the Annihilator and the Awesome, just because I want some nice tanks today. We'll put Metal in the Awesome. We'll put Vortex in the Annihilator. And we will bring the Catapult. Love the Catapult. Tempted to put Oculus in, but I won't. I'll put Talon in. Let's put Talon. Mina is Oculus's mech, but actually no, we are going to play Oculus. We are going to play. He's decided to kind of go off mission here, so he's probably it's probably right that he makes an appearance here. Right, let's go ahead and deploy. That's a very, very solid lance, is that? Lovely. It'd be lovely on tabletop as well. The Awesome is... I recently recorded a video about how... I give it a very clickbaity title, like, Victor is far better than the Awesome, fight me, type thing. But... in this game, that variant of the Awesome can be an absolute beast. But obviously in this game you create your own variants of mechs, which is great, and you can do that on tabletop as well. But I tend not to do that on tabletop. I tend to play with stock variants just because it's kind of the language we all speak, right? So if you're going and creating your own variants, you have to work out battle value, it's arduous, your opponent kind of has to know what you're doing beforehand. So I'm just like, I'm just bringing the whatever variant of any mech. But this game's different, and that variant I've got the Awesome. I think it would have won the clan invasion, though they wouldn't have even needed Tucky. You could have just spammed those Awesomes, the version that I've got, and the clans wouldn't have had a chance, given how many Awesomes were kind of in the inner sphere anyway. Boss, I'm seeing a couple of Liao attack lances on my screen. I'm willing to bet their pilots are pretty angry. I'd wager they're furious. Get in there and take them out, but do it carefully. You need to come through this in good shape to to escort the Volkites to safety. Right, so we're going to get reinforcements today. That's pretty much confirmed. So let's have a look at the topography here. Let's just run up this road, I think, with the main lance. And then I'm actually going to bring Oculus to do some flanking out on this left-hand side here. And kind of sit in these trees and ping off his LRMs when the others make contact. Might be able to get the Highlander to do a similar thing, but on this right-hand side, maybe even up in these trees. She's got amazing range. What have we got here? We've got a 70-tonner. And keep flying you over those trees. A 75-tonner. So they're bringing out the big guns today, which is understandable. They did say we're getting double our pay for this. So it makes sense that this is like a harder version than we probably would have to do if we'd have kept with the Capellans. Now, what's your precision strike like, Boudica? 18%, so she's got cold shot mastery now as well. Let's go ahead and take that. Ooh. I think she might have got a head hit there. She did. Nice. I think it was with a PPC, so he should nearly be... 9 structure left on the head. Sucks to be you, sir. We'll keep Oculus back here, and he can just LRM ping. Might even get a cheeky, lucky headshot. If we get 2, then the Orion dies. Doesn't look like it, no. And a Warhammer. Good choice. And another PPC, but that one missed. We can't see whatever that is behind that hill and out of sensor range, unfortunately. Right, we'll just keep smashing in, I think, to this chap. Let's knock him over. Ooh, that was brutal. Yeah, that Orion is toast. No weapons left, so we'll just let him run around like a headless chicken and just start focusing in on the Warhammer here. What I'll do is I'm actually going to sprint in with the Orcs and we can hopefully draw a little bit of fire. Got a lot of evasion pips there on that sprint. Boudica now, so she can go in the trees, and what's this guy's like? Really don't have to bother about him, to be honest. Let's try another one-trick pony on this chap, see if we can kill the Warhammer with one shot. Nope, don't think we've even got any headshot there. Not even with the missiles. That's a beautiful model of the Orion they've made there. It's very, very nice, even though it doesn't have his arms. The head of the Orion is quite iconic with those like 3 windows. Very, very cool. Right, well, let's see here. We'll knock over the Warhammer. We're just going to allow the Orion to run around like headless chicken. It doesn't matter. Like yes, he is spotting for his team, but so is the Warhammer. So it doesn't matter. He's not in physical attack range, not yet. And even if he is, he's attacking the Awesome, and the Awesome will just turn around and crack him in the face. So it's fine. Right, now, what's this down here? Another Warhammer. Warhammer Spam. What's your armour like? So, quite a bit on the centre still with him. Decisions. Well, let's... Oh, we can't actually shoot that Warhammer. That's annoying. You know, I'm just going to put 3. I'm going to ignore that Warhammer, actually. I thought I was going to be able to shoot this guy, but I'm not. So let's just take this Orion out. That was annoying. I obviously wasn't looking at the graphic because there weren't 2 lines to the Orion and the Warhammer separately. But it's fine. We've got some big tanky mechs here, so they can take an absolute smashing, really. And now they're going to take an absolute beating because we've got the big lad, Awesome, and we're going to be able to alpha strike at that range. So this will absolutely smash into this guy. Ouch. Very good. Not managed to take an arm off though, which is annoying. Means he's still got his full PPC complement. And these are no doubt the reinforcements. Yep. I think there are only 3. Yeah, there are only 3 here because we destroyed 33% of the force. So we'll take these 2 Warhammer outs, then we'll turn around and shoot whatever comes across that lake. Boudica might be able to take this guy. Maybe not. Let's just alpha strike him. There goes one of his PPCs anyway. Are we going to knock him down? No. And he's still firing back. He doesn't bother to brace, just keep firing back. I'm slightly confused now. Well, it's not confused. I mean, it's a bit weird how stability damage works in this game. I think you've got to have like a maximum of... Oh, sorry, you've got to shoot at least over a course of 2 turns to knock something over. So even if you like get the full 5 points of stability damage, you don't knock the mech over with an alpha strike. You know, if it goes from 0 stability damage to 5, it'll just call it unsteady. But in cases like that, I thought he had a few stability pips, I think. So I thought I would have at least got a little knockover there, but no. So it's kind of weird. I'm not 100% how it works. But I do know it's very good, and it's an absolute game changer when you know how to use it. Speaking of game changers, say hello to the Annihilator. I thought he'd have much worse armour, but he's still... I mean, he's taken a few PPC blows there, but he's still absolutely in the game. This should knock him over now. Yeah, it definitely will. We got the snub PPCs. Ooh, lovely stuff. I like those 2 together, actually. I like the synergy of the Awesome and the Annihilator. So brutal, the pair of them. So now we're just going to have to sprint down here and wreck whatever comes over this lake. We are going to sprint in with Cthulhu because he's very slow. And we'll get you in the lake here to cool off a little bit. And we've got 3 mechs on centre, an 80 ton. Fingers crossed that's a victor. I can actually tell now because I can jump in and do a sensor. No, I can't. Not yet. We're still in the pre-battle mode here. Oh, just out of range. I'd love a victor. I would love a victor. Come on for a victor. There are only 3 80-ton mechs in this game. There's the Awesome, the Victor, and the Zeus. Ooh, we'll find out. Ooh, do I want to do that, actually? Let's go a little bit higher up to get that extra evasion pick. Ah, it's an Awesome. Boo. Well, let's spam him with LRMs. Soften him up a little bit on the right-hand side. The right arm is where the Awesome houses its PPC. It's got 2 in the centre torsos and then 1 in the right arm. Oh, that one actually will be different, won't it? Because it's the LRM version. Yeah. Ignore me. That should be where the L laser is, though. Yes, it is. Okay. Right. I love the range of this Annihilator as well. Like, it never ever seems to fail on range for me, which is brilliant. Might blow the arm. There it goes. And we've got some potential awesome on awesome action here. Both 8Ts. Don't think this will knock him over. Nope. Is that Trebuchet, I think? Ooh, structure exposed. That surprises me, because the last time I checked his armour, he didn't seem to have any like major problems. But ooh, SRM 6 double plus crit. That's annoying. Right. Well, let's try and coax them into attacking my catapult as opposed to. Ooh, got another catapult there. We'll just focus in on this awesome. Don't knock him over. What I'm hoping is that, given we've kind of shown our face so close with the catapult, they'll start to shoot at the catapult. Fingers crossed. Which he isn't doing, obviously. We might lose a component here. Nope. Still alright. He's still got good structure, though. He is an 80-ton mech. Boudica, you can just jump over here and go for the Centurion, I think. That's the risk here with the AC-10. You see there, we got like the full structure damage. So I keep saying structure. We got the full stability damage, but it doesn't knock it over because it's only the first stability damage it's taken. Right, we're just going to run back then with the awesome. So it's a good little trick that if you show your back to them and you got decent like evasion chevron showing, they'll probably try and target you, but you'll have full back armor, so you'll be able to take a shot. So it kind of just gives some like respite to your front. Don't think we're going to have that issue here, though, because they've got a lot more to worry about now than focusing on the awesome. Like an Annihilator. So with the Trebuchet to go now, will it? There he is. That's quite a nasty lance, actually, like a nasty reinforcement lance, because there's a lot of LRMs there. There's the Catapult, the Trebuchet, both LRM spammers, and then they had the awesome that had the LRMs as well. Even the Centurion has an LRM 10, so pretty much it's one of those nasty reinforcement lances if you don't know how to kind of play this game properly. Oh, lovely there. Lovely headshot. But I kind of foresaw that. I thought this one would be a bit challenging, and it turned out that it was quite a challenging mission. We had that Orion, 2 Warhammers in that initial lance, and then like a real LRM spamming reinforcements. But it doesn't matter now because they are toast. Got a rear shot here, actually. Look at that. Wow. Bang, bang, bang. Vortex. Just keep running and shooting, running and shooting. If you're wondering why the percentages are so high there, it is the TTS ballistic that I've got built into it. That is the only way to run the Annihilator in this game. Don't even try and mess around with anything else. You just want to basically put ballistic weapons on, and you want to match it up with the relevant ballistic TTS. Just makes it into an absolute monster, and you can swap it around. You can put on things like, you can put a UAC 20 on there if you want to. I tend to go for 4 UAC 10 double pluses. That would be like my perfect complement. But at the moment, I've got the 2 LBs and the 2 UACs. Right, impressive work, Commander. This should make evacuating the Volkovites a lot easier. Right, okay. There's no point in reading this. You're a Capellan yourself, aren't you, Mr. Vertanen? Born and raised, but I never really bought into the whole state above all other things. Okay, well that's why you're on my crew, because if you were a typical Capellan, you certainly wouldn't be. I think that deep down most of us don't. Let's save the small talk till later, eh? We still need to get Persephone and her people off planet. Right, let's get on with this then. So I'm guessing this next mission will be an escort vehicles, I think. 320,000 sea bills. We have got really good levels of salvage there, but there's not really anything I want in terms of mechs. Allowing 15 double plus is nice. Ooh, look at that. TT treble plus for energy. Just the value there alone. You will never get that in the store, but they're good. I'm kind of a TTS collector. If I ever see them, I'll always take them. And what else shall we take here? We'll take whatever the biggest mech is, which I think will be the Orion. Oh no, it's of course the Awesome. Yeah, that's good. So we might be getting some heat now from the Capellan liaison. It'd be interesting to see what damage this does to our reputation with them. I think at the moment we're sat on about 60 out of 100 with them. So this might absolutely ruin that reputation. Right, this is a 3.5 skull, escort in Tundra. Let's just clear this because I just want to look at this with fresh eyes. So in escort missions, you're generally better bringing like manoeuvrable mechs. So we'll leave the Annihilator at home today. We'll definitely bring the Highlander. I'm going to put Boudica in there again because she's now got that. She's 10 on tactics, so she has definitely got the mastery. Think the. Oh dear me. Okay, well what I'm going to do is I'll do the jumping mechs first. So we'll bring the Grasshopper. I do like the Grasshopper, especially in the colder bios, like the Tundra, because it just runs such an energy spam in terms of weaponry that it's good to have a little bit of cool air around you when you're running it. We'll put Talon in the bouncer today. Now the 2 tanks, I think I'll bring something pretty big today. I think we'll bring the Atlas. Why not? No. The Atlas 2 is always a good laugh. And we'll put Vortex in the Atlas, and then we'll bring. We don't need anything that big, and I need something a bit more manoeuvrable. Let's go with the Black Knight. That's another one of those mechs that does very well in the colder bios, and we'll put Lady Deathlotus in there today. Yeah, that's good. So we got kind of like 2 insurance policies here. The Atlas 2, even though it's slow, as long as you kind of look at your topography and you don't there's kind of a hex you can run into so that the escort will appear. As long as you don't run in there too quickly and they kind of gazump you a little bit and end up appearing somewhere where you can't catch them up and then they get caught in crossfire somewhere. As long as you kind of think about it and you're like, well, there's only one way for them to go, and then you make sure that most of your mechs are well down that road, you're absolutely fine. You can afford to bring slower mechs, and then usually you'd bring or you'd leave one of your jump capable mechs then back in order to kind of stick with them, just to kind of offer any protection in case any nasty surprises happen. But generally speaking, I think you need at least one manoeuvrable mech on an escort mission, but you are more than able to bring the slower mechs as well. Okay, Commander, we've got the Volkovites all bundled up in convoy vehicles. That's right, and we're ready to move. I need you to meet us at the rendezvous point and then walk us to the evac zone. A familiar task, I'm sure. We're on it, Persephone, but where will Razorback be company during all this? We're licking our wounds, Mayor. Yorlan's kicked the ever-loving bejesus out of us. Remember, we're in no condition to run escort duty. Good luck and Godspeed, Commander. Get us safely and protect us if we cannot protect ourselves. Get us safely and protect us, for we cannot protect ourselves. Our lives are in your hand. Right, so let's have a look what we got. Ooh, this looks like a good map. Lots of hills and valleys and ravines. Very nice. So, it wants us to go straight up this road. It looks like there is like a garrison unit, or maybe not garrison units because there's a mech down here as well. So we've got some enemies right off the cuff. A 60 tonner, is that? I can't see. The capture zone's in the way. No, it's not letting me see. Is it 50 ton? It looks like 60 ton to me. We'll soon find out. I think there's a 55 tonner there at the bottom. Right, Charlie, you can run right in, get in cover. See what we can get on sensors. Got a quick draw, and it's a dragon, so it was a 60 ton mech. And a 55 ton mech down there. I'm kind of addicted to these party shots. Yeah. It's very satisfying. You've pretty much got like a 1 in 5 chance of getting that, just slightly less than 1 in 5. 18% even. So, yeah, it's, you know, if you kind of, that's pretty good. That's pretty good just to kind of wipe a mech out with one shot. Won't be doing that again in this mission though, probably. You'll be lucky to get that more than once. Ozymandias, yeah, he's still well out of range there, so we'll just sprint him in. Just got the ERM laser on there, just in case he needs to kind of pip something at range, like a turret to blow it up. It's the only reason it's there. So, what we can see now is, on this topography, there's actually nowhere else for the vehicles to spam here other than on the road. You can see there's just like a cliff face and a mountain. So they're going to have to spam around here. So that's good to know, because that means they're presumably going to go across the river. Oh, is that where they're going that far? Wow, that looks like a landing platform. So they're going right up this road. Wow, this really is convoy duty. That might take a while, but that's fine. Anyway, let's just keep hitting into these schmucks. And we'll run everyone down this hill apart from the grasshopper. The grasshopper will stay in the vicinity and will do its thing. You know, spawn the trucks for the escort or the vehicles, whatever they are. Right, let's go. We'll keep in the trees here. Just keep smashing into this quick draw. Really close to taking it out. Only 99 armor left on the centre. Toasted. Never fails to amaze me how terrible the quick draw is. Really, really bad mech. The one-end variant of the Griffin is also in this game not a good mech, unfortunately. Griffin on tabletop's a lovely little mech. It's got very nice like synergy with that weaponry. You know, it's got the LRM-10 and the PPC that work very, very well together with jump capable mech. But I'm completely unsold on the PPC in this game. It runs too hot, I think. It's kind of a bit of a design flaw I think they've got going on. But that's kind of a personal opinion. It's still a powerful weapon. It's just like, I think I'm kind of running it exactly how I want to with the Highlander, where you use it almost as like an assassin sniper in a mech that's got amazing heat management. Now, what I'm going to do with these folks is we're just going to go up this hill, because there's going to be nothing like immediately run at us. So we'll get them that far up the hill. And there they are, they've all spawned. So that's the problem, you see. The vehicles always get to move first after you spawn them, and that can really, really like put you in a predicament sometimes because they might like motor up a road and you're like way back, or you've left a few mechs in the wrong place and you're like, oh dear, they've now got no protection. So the game will try and trick you a little bit on that. Now, if I had to guess, we're either going to get mechs coming from this vicinity or this vicinity. We're certainly going to get reinforcements because it was a 3.5 school mission. What I'll do is, let's run Big Aussie up that ravine and we'll run the other two just a bit more centrally, maybe get that like vantage point, and then obviously we're going to bring the Talon in, the Grasshopper, just to walk with the escort here. You've got to do that as well. I think if I like abandoned them and just like ran away, they'd stop moving. So you get like an annoyed copy come up saying, where are you, or something like that, which makes sense given that we are paid to escort them, but you only need one mech to do that. And they're good, they're motoring on pretty quickly though, so that's nice. And let's just keep motoring on up this hill. Yeah, we'll bring you this way. Just we've got the Black Knight cover in this region, we've got the Atlas cover in this region, and then the Highlander is jump capable, so it can support either one of those mechs. And we're definitely going to get reinforcements. There's absolutely no doubt about that. Just depends what direction. They can't come from here, you see, because there's just a big mountain. It's like an impassable mountain. They're not going to come down the river because we came from there. So you've just got to kind of make a prediction and go with it. We'll see what happens. I don't doubt as soon as those mechs get... as soon as that escort gets in any kind of range of its target, we'll get like spammed out. The mechs will fall down upon us. I think everyone's kind of happy where they are up here. Yep. Kind of prefer you in the trees, so we'll get you back there. And I'm just going to brace everyone. Just go there, I think, with there's a few vehicles lagging behind there, so don't want them to start moaning at me. No, they kind of took a weird turn there, I think, that's why. So they've had to kind of backtrack on themselves, but it should be alright. And again, just going to brace with the 3 Lancemates up there, and we'll just move just a little bit forward this time with the Grasshopper. And surely now we must get evil Capellans coming from one direction. I'd be very disappointed if we don't. That would be ridiculously easy. I think we've made a similar mistake to those vehicles there, so we'll jump in just here. That's fine. Oh, one's nearly at the end zone. Where are the reinforcements? Surely there must be a reinforcement here. So weird. It's the one mod that I'd be actually quite happy to get in this game is the speed up the escort. I've seen that before. Because it can be quite boring, obviously. But I kind of made a conscious decision before recording this. I wasn't going to play with any mods. And we have got enemies now. So, right, let's have a look what we've got then. And they've come from the annoying area. Yeah, there's that. Well, it's not actually too bad. The Black Knight can hold its own, and the Highlander can support. The actual Grasshopper then can fire up as well. But I think Ozymandias going to be a little bit out of this fight. He's a bit out of position up there. but we'll be fine because these chaps are nearly aware. Oh, actually, no, there is a mech. I don't know where that came from. Well, no, Ozymandias will be taking that Thunderbolt out then.
Waiting for orders. Commander.
Is it the... this game has like a complete fetish for that variant of the Thunderbolt, and I don't want it. I want the ballistic variant, thank you very much. And it's a shame that wasn't it, because we got another headshot there. Right, is there anything else? I don't think we've got... Oh, is that another mech? They're like, I'm sure they weren't on sensors.
Commander.
Anyway, whatever. We're just going to hide in the trees, I think, with Charlie and... or Charles, should I say, and Bouncer. Let them come to us from here.
Standing by.
Now, I think I'm going to have to stick with the convoy right until the end, otherwise they'll get upset with me. So we'll just hold Bouncer back. That's fine. You can fire at him all day with those LRMs in the woods. 1 damage there. Brutal. Yeah, this guy should be very, very dead, I think. Just do a precision strike here. Because why the devil not? You did well to survive that. Very, very well. That was a point blank Atlas 2 with a UAC 20 and an LBX 20. Right, so we've won. Good. Get the grasshopper back in the fray now.
Yes, Commander.
Can Boudica not get a shot on these 2 irritants down here? I don't think she can. Well, okay, you can just move over here then and finish this catapult off. Should be able to run down the hill, I think, with the Atlas 2 and meet them in this like gully down here, and we'll be able to outflank them as well with the... I don't get... Why can I not see them but they can see me? It's very strange. Anyway, right. Well, we'll sprint in here with the Black Knight. We've got them in a pincer movement, so they are absolutely in trouble. And Vortex can just sprint down this hill. Nice. Presuming that's a rifleman. Either way, they're going to have to... They're going to do well here not to take a rear shot from one of us. Oh, it's not going to be the Black Knight, so he's going to have to sprint in on this one. We'll take him get him a little bit back here.
Copy that, Commander.
It is a rifleman, 3C variant. Ah, that's why we couldn't see them. It's a Catathrac with a that EC equipment, I believe. Interesting choice. You don't see many of them.
Prepping for jump.
Yeah, it should be on one of its there it is, the X1 EW equipment.
Target confirmed.
True to the game, that as well. It's a Capellan design that they were kind of experimenting with very like interesting levels of like electronic equipment before it was kind of trendy. So they really are the first power that do it in the inner sphere. Everyone else is like there's during like Project Phoenix where there's like a big push to kind of redevelop mechs, spearheaded by like Davians and the Steiner. The Capellans are kind of just doing their thing, and they actually make better mechs, like with the Raven and the Catathract. In my opinion, anyway. Obviously, that's completely subjective, but I think the Catathract and the Raven are just really, really great mechs. There goes his leg and his his left arm as well. We might get a rear shot on... No, we won't. No, it's moving. Oh, we might do, because I think he might have turned his back to the grasshopper. Head hit there, but it's ignored because Ozymandias. He's got the very powerful cockpit mod. Oh, can we not get a shot off with Boudica? Yeah, we can. That's annoying. Right, we're just going to run you in here, like right up. Oh no, in fact, we can't get any shots off because of that goddamn electronic equipment. Okay, let's just bring you there. Boudica can do this though. This will solve that problem. ECM suppressed. And then we can get a rear shot now with Bouncer. I think we got the legs there, unfortunately. Oh, but we destroyed the the EW equipment, which is what I was hoping. We got lucky then. I say lucky, we've kind of won. It's all immaterial now, but just means that we won't have to mess around doing sensor locks and things like that. We can just go in and wreck them both. Do you know, I'd love this mech. I do have a Catathract, and I do want to experiment with the that electronic equipment, which I've got on the Raven, but I prefer it on the Catathract, and I don't have that variant, the 0X. Whether we can get it or not is another matter entirely. Probably not. Took the leg out there, though. That's good. Took the whole thing out. Oh, we got both legs! That was a miraculous shot. Wonderful. Well, we should be getting 2 or 3 points of salvage from that then, which is brilliant. And this guy is going to be trick-shotted immediately. He will not survive this. Yeah, I mean, the Raven, it's a brilliant mech. Is the Raven. I love it on tabletop as well. He has like a suppressing field for missiles, which is really nice. But in this game, it's one of those mechs, so much of its tonnage is taken up with that electronic equipment that it's really difficult to use it. So you can't use it as like an annoying skirmish mech. You can't get the weaponry on there. I've done some experimenting with it. My intention was to kind of run a mission and run the Raven, but I'm struggling with that because it's just... I can do it, but I don't think I'll do it justice. Let's just leave it at that. Right, so... you have saved us from extermination, Commander. Yada yada. Rat's fine. Wonderful. Take care, Commander. So we should get a nice payout now, because they did say they were offering double the Capellans, and it really will smash our relationship with the Capellans. I am interested to see what that will be now. You can see there it's just -8. That's just from doing the mission. But we might get like an extra negative after the whole thing is concluded. Lovely payout, nearly 1 million Seabills for that. Ooh, look at that, Ozymandias. He didn't actually get into the structure there, but he took out 45 points. So he must have taken an AC5 to the head there, which was nasty. Ooh, okay, we've got 2 points of the Catathract, which is great. I wasn't expecting anything like that, so we'll take both of those. While we're in Capellan space, I might actually keep a lookout for that, because if I can get that variant, I can then actually use that equipment, as opposed to the reasons I've cited that I don't really want to do it with a Raven. So we'll finish up here by them no doubt telling us that the Capellans now hate us and they're going to murder us and everything else, and then I'll finish the video. I think it's been quite a long one, this. Right, here she is. I won't mince my words, Commander Durrant. In turning against our forces and expediting the Volkovites' retreat, you plunged a knife into my back, and you did it as the Chancellor was watching. This was a betrayal, plain and simple, and those who betray House Layout suffer the consequences. If you'd have been honest about who we were hunting, we never would have taken the job in the first place. The Volkovites were dangerous and they weren't seditionists. You sold us a lie, Lady... That won't work with a Capellan. Yeah. You truly don't understand, do you, Mr. Oliveira? When you accept a job with House Layout, you accept the Chancellor's word is the only truth you will ever... Sorry, it's the only truth that you need to know. Oh, such idiots, these people. When you took our contract, you agreed to our terms. If you can't understand that, and you have no business running a mercenary company, let's cut to the chase, Lady Marina. Is there any way we can make this right? Nothing can undo the choice that you've made, but perhaps if you tell me where the Volkovites went, I could be convinced to refrain from blacklisting you. Do this, and you may earn my trust again eventually if you're lucky. Not a chance. I didn't say these people to watch you exterminate them. No deal. Then our business is done. Duh, duh, duh. Honestly, I was half expecting the official Lao response to come in a handful of anti-ship missiles. All things considered, this little chat was a pleasant surprise. What's done is done, indeed. 2 million sea-bills, and we've completely toileted our Capellan relationship. Wonderful. Okay, so we got a SRM treble plus, great. Exchanger double plus, oof, wonderful. Another SRM treble plus, piece of a grasshopper. TTS, Cicada, point of a Highlander, and it's another Highlander B. That's 2 of those that I've got in the random bonus reward sections. Not much else. That's actually a wonderful haul. Really, really good, actually. Wow, yeah, brilliant. Let's see the official standing now then with House Liao is... Oh, it's not as bad as I thought it was. Okay, so we've gone down like 20 points or something like that. We're still friendly with them. So for all that rhetoric, they still quite like us. That is going to change because I am going to actively try and do missions against them. You can see it's very much the Fed Sons now that I'm trying to like cozy up to. Anyway, this has been a long one, so I think I'll end it on that note. I'll thank you very much for watching, and I'll hopefully catch you again next time.